All right. Well, Kados is back here again. Today as I get older, I guess you start thinking about your mortality, and I've had a couple heart attacks and stuff, so I've tasted death a couple times and brought back. Somebody up there likes me, thank you. But anyway, sometimes you think about your past and you think about the good old days or stuff, and so. And sometimes I enjoy that. I enjoy going back, and sometimes I enjoy going way back. And this one is a way back one. This was my granddad owned a farm out in Nebraska, and my dad would put the 6 of us into the station wagon, and we would drive. I don't remember what it was, like 1,000 miles, and my dad slapping us over, shut up, I'm sorry, my dad busting us over the back seat, and don't make me stop this car, because there will be an ass whooping for sure, stuff like that. So anyway, it was always a riot. And one year, my granddad hated sparrows, and he would get his shotgun out and he would blast the shit out of them, because the sparrows would build nests in the pipes of his tractors, and so they would build nests in there, and then they would start on fire. Okay, and so my granddad hated sparrows. I mean, just, that was like his worst varmint. And so one year there was a whole bunch of sparrow babies the time we went. And so we were going to protect these sparrow babies. And so we took a bunch of them and we built this little cage. And we put them in the cage. And in the back of the station wagon was a little bump, like you could sit looking backwards. And so there was a little place back there. And we sequestered about 30 of these little birds back there. So anyway, we covered them up real good, because we don't want my dad to hear them, So anyway, we're driving along, my dad's going, what the hell is that noise, And we're all going, tweet, tweet, and finally my dad slammed on the brakes and he got out and he goes, what the hell is that, He goes, what are y'all doing? What are y'all doing with these damn birds, What the hell do you think you're doing? And he, of course, he broke the cage and let them all go, and we all cried and, anyway, I could go on and on, but anyway, this is called Back on the Farm by Kados Wedham. We went to our grandpa's. It was so long ago. There were chickens and pigs and corn in a row. They lived in Nebraska in a little hollow. Lots of barbed wire fences and an ugly scarecrow. My grandpa chewed tobacco and drove a backhoe. When the chores were all done, well, he'd play his banjo. We'd sit on his lap, drive the pickup real slow, chasing cows on the range, setting flights to the crows. Varmints and rattlesnakes and those damn sparrows all drove him crazy, or should I say loco. He would get out his shotgun, and before you could say presto, he'd have those varmints running into the next county, don't you know. A river ran by. It had a pretty fast flow. You could catch a fat catfish. Granny'd make a gumbo. My grandpa also had pigs as big as a hippo. I was fascinated by them, the babies to the jumbos. I would watch them for hours as they dug their furrows, and I'd walk down a ways and watch the broncos. So many distractions, no TV, just radio. Outside was adventure, a continual flow. From chasing the cows to the bucking broncos, sparrows in the barn, pow, how good was your throw. We never got bored. We were always aglow like Dorothy and Toto over the rainbow.